The winter of 2025-26, Manasbal Lake in central Kashmir's Ganderbal district witnessed a heartening resurgence of migratory birds. Locals were upbeat as the lake, known as the country's deepest freshwater body, became a haven once again for over 46 bird species from 23 families. This ecological recovery was celebrated with a birdwatching festival, drawing nature enthusiasts and highlighting the importance of conservation effort. The return of these birds is not just a spectacle but a sign of the lake's improving health thanks to ongoing restoration and management initiatives. Manasbal Lake's revival is the result of dedicated efforts by the Wular Manasbal Development Authority. Dredging operations cleared over 70,000 square feet, removing accumulated weeds and restoring water channels. These actions improved water circulation and biodiversity, creating a healthier environment for both aquatic life and migratory birds. The clear waters and rejuvenated ecosystem have become a source of pride for the community, demonstrating the positive impact of targeted environmental interventions. Return of rare migratory birds inspired the Wular Manasbal Development Authority to organize a winter birdwatching festival. Bird enthusiasts and researchers gathered to spot species like the mallard, white-headed duck, golden eagle, and many more. The festival not only celebrated biodiversity, but also raised awareness about the importance of preserving natural habitats. Such events foster a sense of community and encourage ongoing conservation effort. To ensure the sustainability of Manasbal Lake, the J&K Water Resources Regulatory Authority has initiated water budgeting. This scientific approach assesses the lake's carrying capacity, water supply, and natural outflows. By understanding the balance between usage and replenishment, authorities aim to maintain the lake's ecological health for future generations. Such forward-thinking management is crucial for preserving vital water bodies amid growing environmental pressure. Recent years have seen significant improvements in Manasbal Lake's water quality. Wildlife photographers and researchers have documented the return of species like the horned grib and long-eared owl, indicating a healthier ecosystem. However, experts stress that continued attention is needed to address multiple aspects of lake management, ensuring that the positive trends are sustained and expanded. Three-pronged approach is being adopted to further improve Manasbal Lake's water quality. This includes the establishment of a sewerage treatment plant and an integrated solid waste management plant. Spread over 1 acre, these facilities will treat waste before it enters the lake, preventing pollution and supporting the ongoing ecological recovery. Such infrastructure investments are vital for the long-term health of natural water bodies. India is making strategic moves to become a significant player in the global semiconductor industry. The second phase of the India Semiconductor Mission involves substantial government investment, focusing on building domestic capabilities in chip design and manufacturing. While challenges remain, including competition from advanced economies, the initiative aims to create jobs, foster innovation, and secure India's place in the global value chain. The journey is long, but the potential rewards are transformative for the country's economy. Despite India's ambitions, some frontier technologies such as extreme ultraviolet lithography remain out of reach for most countries. Only a few, like Japan, are close to mastering these complex systems. India faces the challenge of attracting and retaining top talent in highly technical fields, a critical step to avoid repeating past mistakes of exporting its best minds. Building a robust ecosystem for research, development, and manufacturing is essential for long-term success in the semiconductor sector. Comprehensive economic and trade agreement between India and the United Kingdom, effective July 2026, marks a significant milestone. Nearly all Indian exports to the UK now enter duty-free, benefiting sectors like textiles, garments, leather, and processed food. These industries, which employ millions, stand to gain from increased competitiveness and market access. The agreement is expected to boost employment and economic growth, closing gaps that previously disadvantaged Indian exporters. Trade agreements are not just about exports, they also require countries to open their markets. India has agreed to gradually reduce duties on British cars and Scotch whisky, giving domestic industries time to adapt. This exposure to competition encourages Indian producers to innovate and improve, ultimately benefiting consumers and strengthening the economy. The agreement also addresses long-standing issues like double social security contributions for Indian professionals in the UK. Trade agreements are dynamic and require ongoing effort to realize their full benefits. For India, this means ensuring that exporters are informed, procedures are streamlined, and enterprises are ready to seize new opportunities. The government and industry bodies must work together to improve the utilization of free trade agreements, maximizing gains for the economy and workforce. India's parliament faces a unique constitutional question. Should it proceed with impeachment proceedings against a judge who has already resigned? Historical precedent and constitutional principles suggest that once a judge leaves office, the process should end. Impeachment is not a punishment but a means to remove an unfit official. Continuing proceedings after resignation risks undermining judicial independence and turning accountability into theater. Cadaver Synod of 897 CE in Rome serves as a cautionary tale. When tribunals pursue those who no longer hold office, the process loses legitimacy and can damage institutions. India's constitutional framework is designed to prevent such scenarios, ensuring that accountability is pursued through appropriate legal channels rather than posthumous or symbolic actions. Japan is set to provide its next-generation Shinkansen E10 series trains for India's Mumbai-Ahmedabad high-speed rail project. While the Japanese trains are expected by 2030, India will initially operate an indigenous high-speed train developed by BEML Limited and the Integral Coach Factory. This collaboration highlights the blend of international technology and domestic innovation, with the first section of the corridor scheduled to open in 2027. Mumbai-Ahmedabad high-speed rail project has faced timeline delays and public scrutiny, including concerns raised by Japanese officials. However, both governments reaffirmed their commitment, with rapid progress in civil construction and the awarding of key contracts, such as Siemens for signaling systems. Transparent communication and effective project management are essential for meeting ambitious targets and delivering India's first bullet train network. Recent study in Assam's Raimona National Park revealed that invasive plant species like Lantana camara and Chromalina odorata, often considered ecologically undesirable, serve as crucial nectar sources for butterflies. These plants support butterfly populations, especially during periods when native flowers are scarce. The findings challenge conventional forest management practices and highlight the complex roles invasive species can play in ecosystem. Research conducted between 2022 and 2025 documented 220 butterfly species, 56 larval host plants and 41 nectar plants in the national park. Lantana camara alone attracted over 30 butterfly species, while Chromalina odorata supported 24 species. These results underscore the importance of maintaining diverse plant communities, including some invasive species, to sustain butterfly populations and overall biodiversity. Researchers recommend maintaining small, carefully managed patches of invasive plants in protected landscapes to provide continuous nectar supply for butterflies. This approach balances ecological concerns with the practical needs of wildlife, demonstrating that conservation strategies must adapt to complex realities. The study also highlights the role of invasive plants as larval host plants, further emphasizing their multifaceted ecological importance. Gujarat has emerged as India's leading investment destination, topping NITI Aayog's first investment friendliness index in 2026. The state scored highest among 17 major states, thanks to policy stability, investor-centric governance, and streamlined business facilitation. Gujarat's Industrial Extension Bureau and efficient approval processes have reduced project delays, making the state a model for investment-friendly practices. Gujarat's success is also attributed to its industrial peace, with curbs on strikes in essential services and robust infrastructure. These factors have created a stable operating environment, attracting businesses and fostering economic growth. The state's approach demonstrates the importance of balancing labor rights with the need for uninterrupted industrial activity. Corporate India's commitment to social development continues to grow, with CSR spending rising 17% year-on-year to 40,794 crore in FY25. Over 72,000 projects were implemented nationwide, focusing on education, health, skill development, and environmental conservation. Leading companies like Reliance Industries and HDFC Bank have played significant roles, reflecting the expanding scale and impact of CSR initiatives. India has approved its first dengue vaccine, QDNGA-TAK003, for individuals aged 4 to 60. Developed by Take-Two Biopharmaceuticals, the vaccine demonstrated high efficacy in global clinical trials and is designed to protect against all 4 dengue virus serotypes. This approval marks a significant step in public health, addressing a disease that continues to pose major challenges across the country. QDNGA has been approved in 43 countries and over 32 million doses have been distributed globally. The vaccine is safe, well-tolerated, and does not require pre-vaccination screening. With India accounting for nearly one-third of the global dengue burden, this development is expected to significantly reduce disease incidence and related hospitalizations. Union Home Minister Amit Shah inaugurated India's first immersive language museum, Shabdalak, at the National Library campus. The museum celebrates the country's rich linguistic heritage, showcasing the evolution of languages through interactive and technology-driven exhibits. With 9 galleries, Shabdalak highlights the diversity and enduring influence of India's 22 official languages, tracing their journey from oral traditions to modern electronic text. Museum's first phase chronicles the diversity of Indian languages, scripts, and literature. Designed as an immersive cultural experience, it uses digital displays, holograms, and motion sensor technology to engage visitors. Shabdalak presents language as a living entity, continuously shaping and being shaped by society, and underscores the importance of preserving linguistic heritage. Indian cities often force pedestrians onto roads due to encroached or poorly maintained footpaths. This daily reality affects everyone, from schoolchildren to the elderly and persons with disabilities. Safe, continuous, and accessible footpaths are essential for public health, mobility, and urban safety. Yet urban planning has long prioritized vehicles over people, making walking difficult and dangerous. June 2026, the Supreme Court of India declared that walking on demarcated footpaths is a fundamental constitutional right. The court directed all states and union territories to ensure the provision and maintenance of safe footpaths. This landmark judgment elevates walkability from a municipal concern to a matter of public health, road safety, and democratic rights. India faces rising rates of diabetes, hypertension, and obesity, with nearly half of adults not meeting recommended physical activity levels. Walking is one of the simplest and most effective ways to improve health, but poor urban design often discourages it. Cities must prioritize safe, accessible footpaths to promote active living and reduce the burden of lifestyle diseases. Pedestrians and two-wheeler riders account for the majority of road fatalities in India. The absence of safe footpaths turns roads into dangerous spaces, with vulnerable users facing the highest risks. Improving pedestrian infrastructure is not just about convenience, it's a critical road safety measure that can save thousands of lives each year. Solution to urban chaos lies in planned street allocation. dedicated footpaths for walking, vending zones for vendors, parking spaces for vehicles, and utility corridors for infrastructure. Humane cities organize their streets so that livelihoods and mobility can coexist safely. Continuous fair encroachment control and meaningful penalties for violations are essential for maintaining order. Citizens play a vital role in reclaiming walkable cities. Simple actions like walking for errands, forming walking groups, and advocating for better infrastructure can drive change. The Supreme Court's decision empowers residents to demand their right to safe, encroachment-free footpaths, making walkability a shared responsibility between government and the public. India needs a national active mobility mission that links urban development, transport, health, and education. Cities should be measured by the number of safe walking kilometers, not just flyovers. Municipalities must publish footpath maps and conduct regular audits, while employers and doctors can encourage active commuting and walking habits. Every road project should include continuous, shaded, and barrier-free footpaths with safe crossings. Footpaths must accommodate wheelchairs and strollers, with ramps and clear passageways near bus stops. Features like tree cover, benches, and lighting are essential for making walking accessible to women, children, older adults, and persons with disabilities. Canada is undergoing a strategic shift in defense policy, aiming to rebuild and modernize its armed forces. This transformation opens new avenues for collaboration with India, especially as both countries face evolving security challenges. Joint naval exercises, defense dialogues, and academic exchanges are strengthening bilateral ties and fostering mutual understanding. Canada has established a defense investment agency and launched an industrial strategy to diversify supply chains and foster innovation. India is seen as a natural partner for co-development, manufacturing, and sustainment of advanced defense technologies. Investments in aerospace and drone innovation hubs are paving the way for future-ready defense capabilities. Canada's strengths in advanced technologies such as satellite components and space robotics complement India's manufacturing scale and innovation capacity. Both countries are part of a select group with advanced space capabilities, and their cooperation is expected to enhance naval and aerospace capacities. The partnership extends to critical minerals, essential for defense and high-tech industry. Canada holds vast reserves of critical minerals, including rare earth elements and uranium, which are vital for defense and technology industries. The Canada-India Memorandum on Critical Minerals Value Chain, signed in early 2026, lays the foundation for stable and resilient supply chains. This partnership is crucial for both countries' economic and national security goals. Canada and India share a legacy of cooperation, with historical ties dating back to the Second World War. As both nations navigate a changing global order, their partnership in defense, technology, and critical resources becomes even more significant. Building on this shared history, they are poised to address common security challenges and promote mutual prosperity. Madhya Pradesh's Bundelkhand region, an indefinite hunger strike against the Khambhatwa Link project and other irrigation schemes entered its 15th day. Led mainly by tribal women, the protest highlights grievances over inadequate rehabilitation and displacement. The movement, marked by symbolic acts like Jal Satyagraha, underscores the ongoing struggle for water rights and fair compensation. Butterfly study in Ramona National Park, supervised by Bodoland University researchers, documented not only species diversity, but also the ecological roles of invasive plants. These findings encourage a reevaluation of forest management practices, suggesting that even unwanted species can contribute positively to ecosystem health under certain conditions. Number of CSR projects in India grew by 21% in FY25, with an average project cost of 56.47 lakh. This expansion reflects a broader participation by firms and a focus on both scale and impact. Sectors like education, health, and environmental conservation are seeing increased investment, demonstrating the growing role of corporate India in social development. Urban design must prioritize inclusivity, ensuring that footpaths are wide, shaded, and accessible to all. Features like ramps, benches, and lighting are not luxuries but necessities for creating cities where everyone can move safely and comfortably. Such design principles are key to building healthier, more equitable urban environments. Paths are more than just infrastructure, they are a public health intervention, a road safety measure, and a test of democratic values. The Supreme Court's recognition of walkability as a constitutional right marks a turning point. Now the challenge is to translate this legal mandate into everyday reality, ensuring that cities are built for people, not just machines. India's progress in 2026 is marked by ambitious projects, policy reforms, and international partnerships. From ecological restoration and technological innovation to social responsibility and urban transformation, the country is navigating complex challenges with resilience and vision. The journey ahead requires continued collaboration, adaptability, and a commitment to inclusive growth. As India looks to the future, the integration of policy, technology, and community action will be key to achieving sustainable development. Whether it's restoring lakes, building high-speed rail, or fostering international cooperation, each initiative contributes to a broader vision of progress. The nation's ability to adapt, innovate, and uphold its values will determine its success in the years to come.